best to be as neutral as possible. Don't take my side. Don't take the side of the guest. I want you to observe the flow, right? Between some of my guests and me, and then try to see, because it's just me, obviously, and every guest that comes up should be religious. Do you notice the imbalance in their behavior? There is no two religious people that can come up here and consistently behave in a proper way. Like they are all triggered by something. That can't be normal, right? Maybe it's just me. Either they come and they have no real knowledge about their religion, or they come and they're in their feelings, or they come and everything is an attack, or they come and they're easily offended. Only that one sister came up. She did not change her mind. And she still expressed herself. I told her what I think. She told me what she thought. The real difference is that sister, she's not an extremist religious person. So the most well-behaved religious people are those who are least fanatic. Are those who don't really take it as seriously as you would expect. The more religious a person is, the more intolerable they are towards other forms of ideology. The more they feel entitled to respect that they don't necessarily give. You are not entitled to anybody's respect if you ain't gonna give them the same. Nobody is entitled to respect they never earned.
Brother, ask away.
My young Padawan, what brings you here today?
Wait, can you hear me? Mic check.
I can hear you.
I'm asking. Yeah, good. Well, I like this new take. I'm just saying those that might failed before me might pass tomorrow. I want you to ask your questions. Ask away, brother. I'll answer those questions to bring you towards God.
Which one?
The one that created us. Its name is just God. I don't want to give him titles.
Yeah, but there are many versions of God.
Don't worry about that.
No,
you worry about your creator.
I am worried about that.
Worry about your creator. Don't worry about things that make you deluded.
Which one is my creator?
The one that started your heartbeat.
Which one is that one?
The one that created the universe you're experiencing.
Which one is that one?
I mean, what do you? If you're just further questioning something that I'm not understanding what you're asking.
Okay, is it Zeus? Is it Allah? Is it Jesus? Is it Shiva? Is it
Why? I'm just curious. Why are you so focused on words that just make sounds on what it is? Understand the concept.
In order to solve a problem, you need to properly identify the problem.
No, that's not true. You can still understand concept.
Being vague about the problem doesn't solve the problem.
Listen. You can still understand concepts without names. Like if I'm trying to define what gravity is without saying gravity, and I say, hey, when I pick up this remote and I let go of my hand, it's going to drop, right? Now you understand the concept of gravity. It doesn't matter if I call the concept of gravity, groovity. It doesn't matter.
It's not true. In a situation where the name significantly affects the shape and the structure of the concept.
The definition is the same. God. You and I both know the definition of God without a title.
It's not the same.
Why don't you pull up the dictionary?
Two words can have the same sound but different.
No. What's the definition of God in the Oxford Dictionary that you subscribe to?
In monotheistic religions, Christianity, the supreme being, creator of the universe and source of all moral authority. So that is God within the context of monotheism. God can also be within the context of polytheism. And you cannot generalize all of it. That just means you don't understand the subject.
No, that would be gods with plural.
Gods with plural implies that there is more than one God.
Yeah, I'm talking about a single. Yeah, we're not saying gods. We're saying God.
But as long as the concept of a plurality of God exists, you cannot ignore that and make it seem as though it's just a singularity.
You don't have gods. You have God. It's singular.
Yes, God is singular. That implies if there is no God, that also means that my statement applies to no gods, plural.
Well, of course, I understand that. Good. But if
you're going to present your argument for God, I need to know which one Unless you're
No, I
talking
wasn't
about all of
presenting an
them.
argument. Remember, this is interrogation.
Of
You're the
course.
detective.
And I
I'm
am
answering your
interrogating.
question.
Duh. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
I'm
So what
asking
was
you
your
a
last question?
and you're telling me that the question doesn't matter. Which God?
Okay. You're right. I'm already getting a little under distress. Which God? Okay, so wait. Okay, this is where we were. Yeah, I remember. I was telling you the God that created us, but I don't know what you're trying to further ask.
Hassan, let me teach you something. You see, the reason why my question is so powerful and why you resist my question is because there is a battle you must first fight before you come to fight the battle with me. You have to fight a battle with every other religious claim in the world and win first before you come and argue with me.
I'm a deist. You know that.
Look, you're not understanding. In this position right now, how you classify yourself is irrelevant because I'm talking about the totality of all concepts of God put together. And if you're going to take the side of God, you have to be able to.
But why are they relevant?
They're relevant because you're on that side of the team. You're playing for that team. You have to defend everything.
I'm not playing for their team.
So you don't believe in God?
I don't believe. Again, oh my God, can we not play semantics?
It's not semantics. So either you are on the God team or you're not.
Yeah, but then you're gonna say what? Okay, let me ask you, what God team are you saying that I'm in?
You have either you're on all the teams or you're on a specific
that makes
team.
No sense.
Hold up. Either you're on a specific team of a specific God,
right,
or you're on the team of all the gods. Which one? Which team are you on?
Well, being on a team with all the gods would be a contradiction. I don't know how that exists because they're all defined differently.
It's not that it's a contradiction, brother. Like I said to you, the problem here is that there is a battle you must first fight and win before you come and argue with me. And that is a battle against all other concepts of God out there. You have to win that battle first. I am the final boss, okay?
God.
When you have won all those little battles, then you come to Bakanga and the final boss, the one who rejects all gods. All those other gods, they might reject your version of God. So you have to eliminate them first. Because among yourself, God believers, you don't all agree, right? Many of you invalidate each other's gods. So you must first wrestle among each other. Because me saying there is no God is not different from a Muslim telling a Christian that their God is not a real God, or a Christian telling a Muslim that their God is not a real God. It's equally rejection. But you guys are all on the God team, and you guys have a lot of battles to fight. So before you come to the guy who says that all the gods don't exist, win that battle first. And if you haven't won that battle, bro, you ain't gonna win this one. I'm just telling you, you already lost. So being able to tell me which God you believe in, that will show me confidently that it seems like you've really won that previous battle.
If I say that the God who is a creator, just like a creator, what do you say
all
to that?
All the different gods make that same claim, and none of you have been able to prove that the other ones are wrong, and one of you is right. So I will still ask you which one. Saying the creator is the same thing as saying they God. All those versions of gods can't all be the creator. One of them is wrong. Let's just make sure yours is not one of the wrong ones. So which one are you talking about?
Yeah, but my reasoning wouldn't be dependent upon scriptures or miracles or claims by like books.
Okay,
I'm just claiming.
That means that you don't believe in God, but you like to still use.
No, I believe in a creator. I believe I would argue more inductively, just the cosmological way of seeing things.
Yeah, and you argue from that perspective.
All things having a cause.
You lost the argument.
Huh?
You lost the argument already. That's why you have to
what
attach
argument?
God from the very foundation of what God is to humanity, right? In fact, the way from a deist perspective, you shouldn't be defending the deist God.
Why?
Because that's an entity that exists outside scope of interaction with humanity that you shouldn't be able to tell me anything about him other than simply make the claim of his existence. That's it.
But I still feel like uncertainty still has more potential than just denying it straight up. Just because I don't know or he hasn't interacted yet, I'm still open to after being unalived because I don't know what his.
I don't need to be open to your nightmares. I don't have to allow your anxiety and your insecurities in life to determine my reality. Just because you can't accept the fact that you're gonna die like everybody else and get buried, so you imagine that there's this terrifying place or this. I don't need to live by that. That's not necessary. So that's your problem.
And not believing is necessary.
What do we have to
you seem more incentivized to make people not believe.
No. Think about it. The problem is not to make people believe. It's how people believe that I have a problem with. If you believe to the point where you cannot separate that delusion from reality, you become a problem to society. If you have a proper way of separating your delusion from reality, then it's just like going to the movies. You go to the movies, you pretend like it's real, you enjoy it, you get the fuck out of there, and come back to the real world.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Have you heard that it's only a delusion till it doesn't become true?
Say that again.
That makes no sense.
I said, have you heard of the saying? I said, have you heard of the saying where it says it's only a delusion till it's not true?
Who said that?
And I read it somewhere.
Probably somebody that was on mushrooms.
Nah, I'm being serious. But anyways, all right. Well,
that sounds like the words of a drunk philosopher.
yeah. I mean, in a sense, it's true. You know, it's only a delusion till it doesn't become true. I mean, if you make it, you know. But I mean, point being is that I don't know, man. But it just seems like, you know, I can't definitively disprove you, and it seemingly all you're saying is you're not convinced. It's not as if it's not possible.
No.
I
am convinced that human beings invented God. In fact, not only am I convinced, I can prove it.
Again, I just want to clarify that we're still talking about a deistic God, right? We're not talking about Abrahamic God,
God is an invention of a human being. It's a God of the gap. It's a perfect God of the gap. In fact, the deistic God is more God of the gaps than the conventional and traditional religious God. You are filling in the gap of your ignorance by making an assumption and imposing it as though it's true when you don't have any empirical evidence to support that. And the empirical evidence we have is not pointing towards what you're claiming. You're in denial of naturalism. You're in denial of naturalism, which is the most valid conclusion we obtain from all of the combined work of our research.
Wait, do you believe like all things that to believe upon should be dependent upon empiricism?
Yes, I think empiricism is the foundation of reality.
Well, no, that's not what I'm asking. Like, are there things that you believe in without empirical evidence?
With a huge margin of doubt, and it takes a significant amount of risks, and I am least likely to act upon those types of thoughts and beliefs than I will act based on things that are empirically proven. For example, if it hadn't been empirically proven that you can operate an aircraft safely and fly from point A to B, or you can get into a car from point A to B, I probably would not be getting into a car unless absolutely necessary and I had no other choice.
Okay.
I am not going to get into a submarine that has almost sunk 100 times. I will not get into that submarine.
Well, no, a submarine
that has never been tested and was built by people who have.
That's
never
what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, yeah, obviously, going in a submarine that's been failing consistently is not very smart. But not all. There's going to be a time that's going to be its first to go underwater. So I mean, so that would mean that just
we always take steps to mitigate risk. That's why when we build the space shuttle, supposedly the first people we sent to space was a monkey, not a human being.
Yeah, like a monkey or a dog. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? Because there was no empirical evidence that we could do that successfully. So we're not going to risk human life.
But look, it worked out. You see what I mean? It worked out before. Did it? It did. I mean, it worked out, you know?
Did it really work out? Did we really go on to the moon?
Yes. Okay. We did. So that's the point. Like, you know, I mean, I guess empiricism is just to like solidify or, to verify.
No, validate.
Yeah, that's a better word, I guess.
Yes.
It's to validate something that we have already concluded to that might be the case.
Without empirical evidence, there's too much room to invalidate any claim.
Like, there's no empiricism for me waking up tomorrow morning, but people are still expecting me to come to. Wait, one second. I think that would be deductive, right? Or sorry, inductive. Just because I woke up in the previous days, therefore, and because I'm healthy physically, we're gonna assume that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and that's why people are expecting me to come to work. You know, I have promises. So, but there's no data for me waking up tomorrow because it hasn't occurred. Because it hasn't occurred yet.
That's why tomorrow is not real. Well,
you could believe that, brother, but I have work tomorrow, and it's very real.
It's not about. It's not about. Bro, there's no such thing as tomorrow. Tomorrow is just an empty concept. Every day is today. Every real day is today.
Tomorrow's a Wednesday, boringest day of the week.
Let me repeat myself.
It's very real.
Every real day is today.
Okay.
Tomorrow is a day that will never come.
Wait, okay, interesting.
Is a day that is gone.
I'm just curious of your mind now. So that's fine, but do you believe like yesterday existed even though it's the past, or do you believe only the present exists? Is it present and past and not future, or is it just present?
You said it. Yesterday existed. Rest in peace, yesterday.
Okay. Even though it has occurred, it's still no longer real, even though it's a historical
Yesterday
event.
is a dead man, and tomorrow is a child that has not yet been born. But when that dead man was alive, it was today. And when that child will be born, it will be today.
Wait 1 second. But if excuse my language.
Why
If
do you have
yesterday
to
was
do
a-
this? Just agree. He's right. You don't
Yeah,
gotta,
you know what?
like,
Yeah.
it's just obvious. Like, you're actually trying to combat everything for no reason.
It's okay. That's
Like,
what
he's
That's the point of the
right.
show. We're doing what the purpose of the show is, but
listen, I like Asan's ability to play devil's advocate. Okay, I don't know about you and Venus's relationship in
why are you
conversation.
publicizing? And I've seen Venus with you here and there. I've seen Venus in other people's lives, and a lot of people aren't as nice as you to her, and that's very unfortunate. Like she goes
What
on
on earth are you talking about?
I saw Venus. I saw you on like an apologist live. I'm not gonna say Q-Top with KK, or it was one of those people, and they just like constantly muted you and abuse their mod powers.
Well, that's what Christians do, right?
Yeah.
That's what they do, and it's what religious people do when they can't face the truth.
I was rooting for you in the chat because I've seen you in Bakanga's live. I was like, Venus. This is like a while ago.
But
Anyway,
you still have false beliefs. So anyway,
well, I would say otherwise. But I was gonna say something before Venus. You said something. Bakanga was saying yesterday is a dead man, tomorrow is a child that has been yet to born. But if Bakanga was a dead man yesterday, so then he believes in rebirth. Therefore, Jesus Christ salvation. GG's go next. Just kidding. I didn't have to say that, but Bakanga, makes no sense for you saying yesterday's a dead
that
man.
was actual word salad. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it was maybe.
Did anyone
But listen-
order a Caesar salad with a side of a yappuccino with two
Okay.
sugars in it?
Asan,
What about a serve of waffles? Anyone order that?
Asan,
Mm.
you're not high today, are you?
All right, man. Appreciate you letting me up. I don't know if you have any. Do you have any other
Wow,
guests?
he's running from me.
Yeah. I want to see you and Venus go at it for a little bit.
Okay. I mean, do I
genuine-
give her an argument, or does she question? Or she has a question?
Genuine position.
That's what I'm saying. I know. I'm asking you, what kind of show would you like? Would you
Just give us the argument, bro.
Look,
That's all.
I don't have
Give us the
any
argument.
line, and
Okay, well, if that's what you prefer.
I would like to see both of you, my young Padawans, wrestle.
Well, I think I'm a little bit more recent here, but okay. Well, I personally am a deist. I think you've heard of this before. I don't believe in miracles. I do believe in a creator that doesn't interact with us, but does let us evolve on our own.
Okay, and what's the evidence?
Sure. The evidence is basically, I think, the cosmological argument, or one form of it, is where you and I, you and I.
It's okay, just go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. You and I both, that everything that we have observed or do observe, or things that will be observed, depend upon a previous event, cause to cause an event. And because we understand that there is something that is an event in motion, essentially, and there needs to be a mover. And without running into...
What's the argument for that? Or are you just like saying things?
The argument for what? That something to move needs a mover?
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't. I would say that it's a necessity, because I have not been given alternative for something to come to motion without a cause.
Well, so the thing that you're saying puts these things into motion, what puts it into motion?
Energy.
Okay. And what puts that energy into motion?
Well, it depends. Kinetic energy, something,
No,
again,
but you just said energy. What puts that energy into motion?
an action.
By what agent?
Doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't need to be an agent
Are
necessarily.
you serious?
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily need to be an agent. It could
Well,
be.
that's your argument. You said that
Yeah.
it needs a first mover.
Yes.
What is this first mover? Because you're saying that it's a god agent.
Well, you asked a clarifying question, right? You said, "What is this mover?"
Aren't you trying to argue for a deistic god? Isn't a deistic god an agent? So if you're telling me that this deistic god is the thing that
Well, I was
moves
just being
everything-
intellectually honest. I mean, that is what I'm going to conclude, of course. But you had asked a question: can something
Well,
come
then
to
you're
move?
just an agnostic. If you don't know what this first mover is, you're not a deist. A deist thinks it's a god.
No.
You said you
I'm
don't know, so you're agnostic.
I'm getting in what I believe in. I was just answering the question itself. You said, does it have to be an agent? It doesn't has to be. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it a god or not?
It is. I believe. Yeah, I believe.
Okay,
in
so then it is an agent.
In my case, it is. Yes.
Okay, so why did you try and disagree?
I've already answered. You asked, does it have to be an agent?
I never said that, actually. I said, is it an agent?
Well, okay. Well, then I've misheard in that case. But
Okay, yeah, because you're not listening, but that's fine, whatever.
Okay.
So what's the evidence that everything needs a first mover?
everything needs a mover because I was getting there. So because we've went to the point that things that come to motion needs a mover, and without running into the
we haven't come to that point. No, we haven't come to that point. That's the point you're trying to argue.
The reason why it needs to have a mover is without running into the issue of a logical fallacy of just infinite regression, that something always
infinite
will have
regression. Wait, what fallacy is that? What's that fallacy called?
It doesn't logically suffice. It's begging the question by saying if things have an essential mover, that it was always something before it. Well, then what was before that?
Do you know what question begging is?
Yeah, by using the question itself for an answer.
No, that's not what question begging is. So question begging is a fallacy whereby your conclusion is in one of your premises. Not whatever you just said.
Yeah, well,
which one of my conclusions is in my premises? If I assume an eternal universe.
Well, you didn't give a conclusion. I was the one giving a conclusion.
Okay, so I'm not question begging then.
Well, that's what I was saying. I would be question begging. Thank you for the hand art.
Okay, so you're question begging.
Yes, if my answer would be infinite regression, would be question begging by saying that things need something.
Okay, so I ask you the question of, when I assume an eternal universe, where is the conclusion in the premise? Otherwise, it's not question begging.
Well, now it's not analogous. That's why I was giving you the opportunity.
It's not an analogy.
You gotta let me finish respectfully, like once, right? Because that's why I was asking you if you'd like to give an argument or let me give an argument. Now, if you're giving me an argument, I'm just gonna keep speaking to let me finish, right? And now, if you're letting me to give you an argument, you can't then therefore use your own conclusion to say that I'm not question begging.
No, I never gave you. So
exactly.
I think you're a bit confused. Let me reroute you. You made the claim that I was question begging. Question begging is a particular.
I said
okay, so now you're trying to gaslight me.
No, I said
because that's exactly what you said.
Oh my God. I said I would be question begging if I would say that it's an infinite regression is possible.
Well, you know I think it's an infinite regression, and your argument is based off of the impossibility of the antithesis, which would be my position. So I'm trying to, and you said that my position would be question begging. Question begging is a fallacy where your conclusion is one of your premises. So by assuming an eternal universe, where's the question begging? Where's the conclusion that's in the premises?
I was talking about my conclusion.
Okay, so you're question begging or what?
Yes. So I'm saying that it can't be infinite regression because it would be question begging to my conclusion.
Okay, so show me. Okay. Great. So you think that infinite regression leads to question begging. Show me where the conclusion is in one of my premises.
You didn't give premises. It's my argument.
I think that you're genuinely...
You keep conflating back and forth for me. Do you want to give an argument? You could do that.
You're confused as hell. And
Venus,
I honestly don't know how to help you, to be honest.
Venus, do you want to give an argument? I feel like you want to give an argument. You keep asking me to...
Holy shit.
So stop asking me about your premises.
So you're trying to burden shift and I'm not letting you? Which is why you're kind of like acting
It's so frustrating. You keep asking me about your premises.
Okay, so let me teach you your own argument. When you try and argue that your position is true because any other, possibility is impossible, your argument hinges on the antithesis. So every other premise that is adjacent to yours... I just
need to prove mine.
Hold on. Every other premise, every other position to yours, adjacent to yours being untrue. That's what your argument is hinged upon. So I'm trying to ask you how my position in eternal universe...
That's false. It's not my responsibility.
No, you said that... every other possibility can't happen. So I'm asking you, where's the contradiction, or where's the
Venus,
question?
it's not my
Can you
responsibility.
listen?
I've
You need
been,
to start
I'm
listening
trying to
more.
speak.
You're in school, honey. Listen, okay. You didn't know what question begging was, and you don't seem to know what the argument for an eternal universe is either. Otherwise, you would have shown me where the question begging is.
It's not my
So let's get to the
responsibility.
point.
It's not my responsibility to
You said it's
disprove
your
all-
argument, didn't you?
Venus,
It's your
just
argument.
please. It's not my responsibility.
Why is your name
to
the goat?
It's not my
You've been
responsibility.
deep fried, dude.
Hold
You're
up,
not even the
hold up.
goat.
If you guys keep arguing like this, we're never gonna get to the wedding day. When are you guys getting married?
Anyways,
It's literally him. Bakanga, we
If-
both know it's him.
if-
I can see you smiling. You know it's him. He's being dense. You know that.
It's not my responsibility for the fifth time to disprove all possible explanations to prove that it's a necessity for my worldview, but rather
Okay,
just
so
proving
then
my
what's
own
the
view.
evidence of your worldview then?
Okay,
Because-
thank God. Okay, so back to the point. If I can start without you asking me about your
Yeah.
premises this time, my argument is listing upon the fact that you and I, it's more reasonable to believe in a God than not, because we don't observe things coming to motion without being a mover. And because this universe that we're living in is already in motion, something must have caused it to move. And that thing is my creator, without running into the issue of infinite
Okay,
regression.
so what's the evidence that because the universe is currently expanding, that something had to have,
we
expanded?
don't have a better alternative answer to that.
Okay, well, what if the universe is in an infinite cycle
There
of
you go.
contraction
Then
and
that's
expansion?
question
Yeah,
begging.
so what? No, it's not question
I'm gonna tell
begging,
you
we're
how.
doing
I'm
the
gonna
same
tell you
fucking
how
thing.
when as soon as you're done talking.
You're
right?
genuinely irritating me.
Yeah, it's okay because you're
not-
losing, and that's fine.
No,
I would be irritated too.
It's irritating me because you're saying you're making baseless
Yeah,
assertions.
again, you listen. I ask you what's an
you stop
alternative, right?
speaking over me,
Sure.
please?
Why not? Go ahead.
Okay,
Finish and then I'll
so
respond.
I only get irritated when someone is being intellectually dishonest. I haven't made an argument, so you accusing me of question begging is completely irrelevant.
Venus,
if I
when I
haven't
ask
made-
that
if I
question, you can
haven't
still
made an
question back
argument-
without an argument. What are you talking
Sweetheart,
about?
if I haven't made an argument, then there is no conclusion to be in any premise because there's no argument.
I've already
So
made
how
the
can I?
conclusion. I've already
So
made
how
the
can I
conclusion.
question beg
I've already
without
made
an
a, I've already made a
argument?
conclusion, sweetheart. I've already made a conclusion.
Yeah, so, oh my God. If you're the one who's made the conclusion, then you're the only one who can question beg because
Hold up.
I don't have an argument.
See,
you,
I asked you for a better alternative,
Hold up,
and you
hold
answered
up.
with an
Dude.
infinite regression.
Let me say something to both of you.
not me.
I do
Just
this too.
please speak to him.
I do this too. However, I have a method to my madness. And I have noticed this problem anytime I watch both of your lives. Okay? Y'all shouldn't do what them Phil bros do. Don't get caught up in the question begging. Once you identify that he made a flaw or a sign, she accuses you of a flaw you cannot necessarily justify. Get past that point and simplify. Get to your point. You guys should get to your point. Let the goalposts.
I'm trying.
Right?
Okay.
I'm trying, but Hassan he's dodging.
Well, exactly. If there's nothing for her to attack, and you're not giving her anything to attack, and she's not giving anything
So
to
this
attack.
is the point. I got you. Okay, so this is the point that we're getting at, right? I'm asking her that in order for her to disagree with my claim to be a necessity for a creator, for the fact that everything is in motion, I'm
Look, we've
asking
already
her to give
fucking
me.
done
Well,
this.
let me finish.
We've
Let me
already
finish.
done
Let me
this.
finish. Don't do this on purpose. I'm asking
Okay.
for her to give me a better alternative to what could be the case, without running into the issue of something having to have a cause. If
First
she
of
says
all,
infinite
Hassan,
regression, that's
I can kill that argument.
well, okay. What is the answer
universe-
to that?
The universe is not in motion extrinsically; it's only intrinsically. As far as the universe itself, it's still.
Well, the redshift light kind of would go against it, right?
That's
Because it's
intrinsic.
consistent. It's
That's
constantly
intrinsic.
expanding.
That's intrinsic.
Okay, so what's the distinction that you're putting?
So the universe is not this thing that is defined with boundaries, expanding into nothingness. The universe is something that is vast and immeasurable with movement within it. The totality of the universe itself, if we could actually conceptualize it, is just one thing.
No. The universe
listen,
itself is
listen.
literally expanding.
No. It's not.
That's why the distance is increasing between things from one point to
That
another.
is an intrinsic expansion. That's like my stomach moving away from my lungs, but my body itself is not expanding.
I don't know about that view.
Bro, I've had this argument before with people, okay? The scientific claim that the universe is expanding That's intrinsic. Inside the universe, things are moving away from each other. Science is very specific.
Wait, so you believe in outside of the universe?
Think about it very carefully. If there is no outside of the universe, that means the universe is not moving.
Wait, where are my theist brothers at? So you do believe things can exist outside of the universe?
Listen. No, there is no outside of the universe. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so then that's the whole point. What do you mean inside the universe? When we say the universe is expanding, there's no in.
Hold
it's
on.
Yeah.
You're not getting it. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Okay? If there is an outside to the universe, that outside of the universe will be nothingness, pure nothingness. So if your claim is that the universe is expanding,
yeah,
is the expansion the universe moving, increasing in size into nothingness, or is the expansion just different things inside the universe moving away from each other?
No, right? It's not that one.
Which one is it?
I mean, you like simple words. It's the first one.
Okay, first of all, are you making that based on science?
Yeah, like there's more than one reason to believe that.
That's wrong. There is the expansion scientifically is an intrinsic expansion. The universe, by definition, its purest definition is everything, everywhere, every shape, every form. So whatever it is that the universe will be expanding into is also part of the universe. So technically, it will still be intrinsic. The only way you get a true expansion is if you can imagine that there is an outside of the universe, which is absolute nothingness, and the universe is expanding into it. So therefore, the universe is not literally expanding.
I think we're both tweaky.
The universe is not expanding, but things within the universe are moving away from each other. Scientifically,
it's very interesting. Go ahead. It's just very interesting to me that you're saying that. I don't know why, but this makes me feel like you should be more closer to the idea of God because you're being intellectually honest with yourself. You're saying that you're denying the evidence by saying that because it kind of goes against your worldview that then there's something must be outside of the you're calling it nothingness, which I'm okay with.
He literally never said that. Like, why aren't you listening?
Well, he didn't say that, but that's what I mean.
You need to clean your ears.
That's what he's entailing, Venus.
No, that's not what I'm telling. Listen. Because there is no outside of the universe can't expand.
So the red shift light, the
it's
distance
internal. It's internal.
That's internal movement.
What's external then?
There is no external.
Then that's disingenuous for you to say internal of something without having an external.
Think about it. It's something that is boundless. Listen, immeasurable space, unquantifiable time.
No, it is measurable. We quite literally measure it.
How big is the universe?
Well, currently we say it's 14.6 billion, 14.6 billion years old.
That's time. That's how old. I'm asking how big.
I don't have the number, but I'm pretty sure we should have.
Fucking number. Bro.
I don't know. I wouldn't make a claim about that.
Any scientist who claims that should be put in handcuffs and locked in jail.
For real, I don't know. My hands are in the air for that one.
We make a distinction between observer.
Yeah, that's fine. That would make sense. Yeah.
In terms of area, just occupational area, okay?
Yeah.
An immeasurable expanse of unquantifiable time and unquantifiable matter or substance. So
I worship Bakanga.
By definition, there is no outside the universe. And if there was to be an outside the universe, it would be pure nothingness. Something that we can't conceptualize.
Just because you can't conceptualize, don't mean it's nothing. Let's not be arrogant.
It's not humanly conceivable. But I feel like we need to get back onto the point, though.
Something will still be the universe, implying that it continues to go and there's nothing for it to expand into. That's why, bro, literally when someone tells me that God is outside space and time, that means that God is non-existent. Because,
no, my idea of God, I'm okay with it being at the simultaneously being the first event. Like time What?
Here's the problem, though, that you can't have a first event if you have a deity that is eternal, because they're not born. So either way, you think that time is infinite, just like us, because that deity would need time to create time. So your concept of infinite regression literally applies to you. Your
you're right.
objection
of God. No, that's okay.
You are the only ones that have an infinite regression problem, and you've
I understand. I'm taking that.
Well, you didn't, because I tried to tell you before,
but there is a but in here.
Literally, we were playing dodgeball. I was trying to get you to give an argument against infinite regression, and you were literally trying to pin the tail on the donkey.
There is a big but in here, though, right? The but here is that there's many notions of understanding time itself. I'm just starting to get into it again. I've been busy I didn't get a chance to read on it much, but there's one notion of time. I think it's the A theory. I don't know if it's, I don't quote me, but
A theory suggests that time is directional, as if we're actually moving into the future.
Yeah. Well, it's just time is
Which is wrong.
You guys make claims so definitively.
Look, wait, you haven't done the research. I've done the research on A theory, B theory, and C theory.
Well, that's fine, but
I'm telling you.
So that's good then. So now you just said it's false. I don't know how you're going to prove that.
Because you can't demonstrate.
Well, I was getting there. I was going to get there.
You don't even know what, dude. I literally told you what it is.
Oh my God, she must be some kind of mind reader.
Hassan,
because
how are you going to demonstrate something I just explained to you a second ago that you didn't know the definition of?
What do you mean? I quite literally was going to define
the theory was.
I was just,
you said, wait. Dude, you were in the middle of telling us how you haven't done research on it.
I know the definition of the theory that I know of, but I don't know what term it was. Perhaps since you're so knowledgeable, you can tell me what theory it falls under. But I think was the one. But I do believe what you said.
Explain it, and I'll tell you what theory it falls under.
But I do believe what you said was analogous, anyways. But the theory that I believe is that I don't believe time is a thing. I think time is just something we use to define, like, what's it called? To measure things. Like, there must be something in order for it to be time. Time itself doesn't exist, right? And I think that is a theory. I don't know if you can correct me.
So it would be mainly C theory, where you believe that time has no flow or inherent direction. It's kind of just a measure between different events. So I would say that more falls into C theory.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is my notion of time. And if that is the case of time, then we don't run into the issue of then something creating something without having time at that point.
Okay, well, then you agree with us. The universe is eternal. So what's the argument for your deistic God again?
Wait. How is me believing in that concludes to...
Well, because according to C theory, you can't have a first event.
Why not?
Because you can't create time.
But that's the whole point. I don't think time is existent other than just being things to be used.
Exactly.
It's relative.
And do you believe there was a first event?
Yes.
What was the first event?
Our creator creating the universe. In terms of the universe. So he didn't
exist before then?
Did God not exist?
Yeah, did he exist before he created the universe?
God was always existent.
Exactly. So in order for him to exist, that means he requires time and space.
He doesn't have the same nature. He doesn't have the same nature as the universe.
Okay,
does.
So the nature of existence, in order for something to exist, it requires
only for our universe, though.
Temporality.
Only for our universe. Nope.
It requires temporality and it requires space. A location.
Only for our universe. That's the nature of our universe.
If something doesn't exist at any time, and it doesn't exist anywhere, does it still exist? Just listen. If something doesn't have a place that it exists, and it exists for no amount of time, does it still exist?
No, it existed all the time.
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
She did good. That sounded like...
You're cool. You're deep fried, buddy.
Venus, go back on mute.
Something which is nowhere at no point in time, in no shape or form, can't exist.
Well, last time you related it to zero, and zeros are very real.
The moment you assume it exists, that means it was somewhere at some point.
Wait, you kind of disproved yourself the 1 hour old debates. I think someone was sending me a clip of it when you were, explaining the phenomena of nothing being, all of that shenanigans and relating to it back to zero. Zero is quite literally the foundation of all numbers, right? We use it, right? Wait, what the hell? Yeah, we use zero as our foundation on a ruler, any set of numbers. That's nothing. But that's where it starts from. So I don't understand why there is an issue with God filling in that zero.
No. Zero is the number of the gaps.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Zero is the gap between what is and what is not.
There's a gap of what is and what's not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zero, technically, in its purest form, represents non-existence.
I don't know. I mean, it's very prominent.
So without zero,
we won't have without zero, we won't have any form of math, any form of numbers.
No, that's not everything. True. Zero hasn't always been a mathematical concept. That's why even in Roman numerals, you notice that Roman numerals don't even have the concept of zero, or at least they don't conceptualize zero like that. Arabic
Well,
numerals.
no, I'm talking about like algebra. No, I'm talking about functions. Like we won't have formulas. We won't have algebra. We won't have things to.
That's zero proves that we invented math. That's why zero, you cannot see it in nature. You can't even qualify it in nature. It's qualified by the absence of something, right?
Anyways, I'm tired.
There's nothing there. So we make that assumption. Human beings invented math based on how the human brain works. So it's a tool. There's no guarantee that if you have another mind out there that can compute, that it necessarily follows the algorithmic patterns that the human brain does.
Listen, it was a pleasure speaking with you two. I'm just gonna say one last thing. If you want to respond, I'll be nice enough to listen. All I'm saying is that things that exist needs to have a cause, a reason to exist. This universe exists. I believe that something caused this universe to exist. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you
in simple words, as you would like.
A question before you go. Name something that is caused by one thing.
Name something that's caused by one thing. You and I.
We are caused by multiple things.
Oh, you mean caused by one singular thing?
Yes.
A single-celled organism, I think. I think they did that in a lab where they're replicating life in the eukaryotic. I don't know what it
cause a single-cell organism.
Well, yeah, I guess if you play like that, semantic games, obviously.
Listen, let me just put it plainly. There is nothing that exists that is the product of a singular cause. So what you are really talking about is causes.
Oh, that's cool. I never heard of that one in a while. So you're saying that because it would be a single cause of God creating the universe? Well, it wasn't a single. Oh, wait, 1 second. God didn't just snap his fingers and create the whole universe. It was a whole multi-process.
Check this
caused by God.
Check this out. In the process of cause and effect, if you go backwards in time, causes increase in number.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you end up with an infinite amount of causes for just one thing at the end of the day. So if you pick one thing today, and then you want
other than God, it can't be the case. God is infinite.
Bro, listen carefully. You end up with an innumerable amount of causes simultaneously.
Yep, and Venus would like to believe it's an infinite regression. I'm standing on the side of just a creator. We're both saying the same thing.
No, it is infinitely regressive because the point of analysis is zero. You begin from zero, and then as you go back numerically, the numbers get bigger.
I know. Yeah, I know. You're right.
So think about it. From 0 to 1, right? We assume there's a single cause, but we already infinitely know that you can break down.
No. We're talking about the negatives right now. We're talking about what's before the negative one. Yeah.
Negatives. Okay, negatives represent what was, but it's no more.
Correct. No. It was you, the one who believed that just because Bakanga lived yesterday is a dead man now. I don't believe in that. I believe past is very real. It shapes to today.
Negative numbers represent what was, but it's no more. 0 represent what may or may not be. 1 represent what is.
Cooking.
One.
So what is 2?
Represent.
Is 2 not real either?
What is 2 times over or repetitive on a pattern of 2, and then 3 is what if 3 times over, 4 times over, 5 times over, and then you keep going. You go infinitely. So if you want to know where time would end, you have to get to the last number from 0, counting upward from 0. If you want to know where time began, you have to get to the first number, counting backwards from 0. And good luck, buddy, because what we find out...
GG. GG right there, Bakanga.
That's a long-ass process, bro. Even when you get to 1 trillion... 1 trillion today, 5 trillion power, you still keep going.
But you guys, wait 1 second. You guys say it's infinite regressions as if, I guess we're both talking of something that we can never be sure of. That's my whole point as well, I guess, because I'm just saying that because there's these concept of numbers, something must have started, I don't know. Again, okay, good. I guess I took my minute to wrap things up. You took your minute to wrap things up, and I guess that's it.
Let me put it for you this way.
Pack your bags.
Whatever it is that can neither be created nor destroyed is something which is neither alive nor dead, but can take the form of life and can also take the form of non-life. What is it?
Sounded like Jesus there, but I don't know.
Let me repeat again. The most fundamental elements of, or the most fundamental thing.
Oh, energy.
The most fundamental thing in existence is something which is neither dead nor alive, yet can take the form of life or can be in the
Oh,
form
I
of
got it.
non-life, can neither be
I don't
created
want
nor
to show you.
destroyed, and is abundant in all things that are. What is it?
I love you. Nothingness.
No, energy. You said it right.
Nothingness.
I mean,
Dude,
you
he
see,
pitched the ball literally
the
right to
problem
you.
is Christians or religious people assume that whatever will cause existence has to be something intentional, when reality is showing that it's not. It's something inconsequential. Intentionality begins with us and our own self-preservation. We are the ones who necessitate intentionality to feel safe and secure. But everything else can still be itself without intentionality. Only living things require intentionality. The moon, the sun don't give a fuck what shape or form they exist in. We are the ones who give a fuck because we need to exist in the form of life. If we're in the form of non-life, that's an unpleasant form or state to be in. So we necessitate that things be a specific way. Water doesn't give a fuck what the state of the universe is. It will just change its form. You know, we don't know how to change forms. That's the disadvantage that living things have. That's why our existence is temporal. Our validity is temporal. Our purpose, our meaning is also very temporary. So sad, but so true. Anyways, Amu Kelani,
Yes, sir. How are you?
how are your ancestors doing?
I'm good. And I experience the presence of God.
Look, I agree
Let me
with
tell
you.
you something.
I agree with you. There is
Yes.
a God. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
All right.
You have nothing else to say to me. I
Yeah.
agree with you. There is a God.
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me speak. Let me
Brother,
speak.
wait
I
now.
respect your life.
Brother, wait.
Okay.
I already agree
Yes.
with you that there's a God. That's not our disagreement. Our disagreement is where that God is. I think that God is in your head. So if you want to give me an argument, give me an argument that proves that that God is not in your head.
It's not in my, come again, in my head.
You said that there is a God, right?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with you. Now, I think that God is in your head. Now, if you don't agree with me about that, that is the point you should be defending. Whatever you're going to tell me, let it prove that that God that you're talking about is not in your own head, in your head. You know your head, right? The thing that's
Okay.
there's
it's not in my imagination.
There is something on top of your shoulders right now. That's called your head. Just in case you didn't know. Yeah, your head. So that's where God is. If you have no problem with that, then we don't have to argue today.
Okay. God is everywhere, my brother. You understand?
Now hold up. Where is everywhere?
Okay. Everywhere meaning that I cannot point where God is.
No.
You understand?
No, that's not what I'm asking. I said, where is everywhere?
When I say everywhere, the universe, all the universe.
Where is the universe?
God is. Okay. Let me put it this way. God is in heaven.
Where is heaven?
I cannot point heaven.
Because it's in your head.
Okay. Yeah, let me explain. I know you are giving me chance to explain.
Read. Direct answers only. I said direct answers only. No explanations needed. No explanations needed. It's okay. Listen, bro.
So how can
we don't need explanation, just direct answers, and you have given us direct answers. I appreciate you for it. Very thankful.
God is in heaven, is in me, it's everything, but this throne is in heaven. Simple.
All of that is in your head.
According to you.
No, according to you, because you only keep talking. You're not showing us anything. You keep talking. So the natural assumption is where that thing you're talking, where is it coming from? Your head.
If I show you God, if I show you that is God, it can't be God, because God cannot be made by human being, my brother.
My brother, you're not.
It cannot be made by speech.
Hold up, brother. Listen, let's calm down. Can you show me God? Yes or no?
I can't show you God.
Okay, good.
I prove.
Brother, wait. But you can only talk of God, right? Yeah. You can talk of God.
I can prove. I cannot show you that is God, but I can prove the existence.
Brother, you cannot show me God, right?
I can't show you God.
But you can talk about God, right?
Yes.
That means it's coming from your head, my friend.
No, it's not coming.
Very simple.
It's not coming into my head.
Okay, then.
No, it's not simple.
Then prove God to me without using your mouth. Keep your mouth closed. That way I will know for sure it's not coming from your head. Then prove God.
If I prove that, look at the animals, look at yourself.
Stop talking.
It means that
brother,
God
stop
exists.
Talking. You need to prove God without talking.
Without talking, come on, my friend. What about? Come on, bro. You are talking also, Mara.
But the moment you start talking, you are proving that God lives in your head.
My brother, come on.
Because we don't see God anywhere else except. I
It's too funny.
No, I am not trying to be funny. I'm very serious. I am very serious right now. Very serious. Look at my face.
You are too funny.
You see my
too
face?
Funny, to be honest.
No, bro. Listen. There are some things that only live in your head, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if God is in your head. If God is in your head, that means that you always have Him with you. God is always with you in your head. Now, I have a question, brother. The God in your head, is it a white man or a black man?
But you are explaining now. You see? But you said direct answers.
The God in your head, is it a white man or a black man?
My friend, God is. You cannot know that God is white or black. Just
brother,
God
I'm asking you about the one in your head now. Is it a... Hold up. Do you believe in Jesus?
I believe in Christ, yes.
You believe that Jesus is God, right?
Yeah.
So the God in your head is called Jesus. Is he a white man or a black man?
It's a spirit. It's not white or black.
My friend, I say, is that spirit a black spirit or a white spirit?
You cannot tell a spirit. If you define it, it's not God. Simple.
So you don't know if that spirit is a white spirit or a black spirit?
You cannot tell. That's how God is. God is spirit. Simple.
How do you know that God is spirit?
How do I know that God is spirit? You cannot see Him again. You can't.
So anytime you cannot see something. So if you cannot see something, it means that it's a spirit.
Do not twist my word. I didn't say that.
Okay, then how do you know that God is a spirit?
I know that God is a spirit because He existed. He have created everything.
How do you know that? How do you know? How do you know all of that?
My spirit told it to speak to me. My conscience.
Where's your spirit? In your head, right?
I cannot see my spirit, man. I know my conscience.
Where's your spirit in your head?
What are you laughing? Come on.
Because your spirit is in your head. Your spirit is in your head.
Can you point your voice, the voice that you speak? Can you see your voice? You see?
No, my voice.
It's not necessary.
No. My voice is detectable by sound, hearing. So that's available to my 5 senses. Still.
I mean, the voice that you speak. Can you see your voice now? Answer the question.
I don't need to see my voice because I can hear my voice.
My brother, your voice that you speak, you must know that you can see this voice. It's like the spirit. You cannot see the spirit like that.
I can hear my voice. That is more than enough. And my voice is coming from my head.
But you cannot see your voice and your spirit.
I don't have a spirit.
It's impossible to see it.
I don't have a spirit.
You do have it.
No.
It means you are not a human being.
No, I am a human being. That's why I don't have a spirit. You think you have a spirit. That's why you're not a human being.
Did you create yourself when?
Let me ask you a question. What is a spirit?
The spirit is the Holy Spirit of God. Number one. That's the breath of God.
What is a spirit?
The spirit is the breath of God. And I'm explaining it.
What is a spirit?
A spirit is the breath of God.
I didn't know God
what
had
do you- what
lungs.
more do
That's
you need?
crazy.
So spirit is
No,
air.
when you are crazy, Venus.
So what you're saying is that spirit is air.
I didn't say it's a spirit. It's the breath. Do you understand the breath?
What is breath?
Come on, the breath. When you breathe.
What is breath?
Don't know breath when you are almost 30 years old. When you don't know breath, come on.
I am more than 30 years old. What is breath?
You know it. What is breath? You don't know breath when?
I don't know. That's why I want you to tell me. Tell me, what is breath?
My brother, come on, my brother. Be mature.
I am suspecting that you don't know. Tell me what breath is.
Don't you know breath when? Be mature enough, my friend. And
brother, I am honest with you. I said I don't know. So I am asking you, what is breath?
Don't know how to breathe when? You don't know how to breathe.
I know how to breathe now.
It's not breath. Come on, man.
I'm breathing air. I know that breathing is air, right? But you said to me that God's breath is not air. So what is breath?
I said the spirit of God is the breath of God. When God breathes to your body, that empty body, you become a living person.
What does God breathe? Does God breathe smoke?
God doesn't breathe smoke. He breathes the Holy Spirit. That's the breath.
God breathes the Holy Spirit. Are you hearing yourself, my brother?
The Holy Spirit. I'm saying the Holy Spirit is the breath of God, my brother. That's
okay. It. So the breath of God, what is it made of? Is it air? Like human breath?
I cannot tell. It's also God, the Holy Spirit. I cannot tell.
So it's God breathes in himself?
So God breathes God.
Yeah, God can do anything. My God that I believe, he can do anything. He can do anything, my brother.
Are you sure that your God can do anything?
Yeah.
Can your God be me?
When you can walk on your God be you.
You say your God can do anything. Can your God become me?
How?